Hi, today I thought I should swatch the Touch of Glam Color Me Multi eyeshadows. I have here part 1 and part 2. But instead of doing, part 1 and part 2 separately, I thought I should mix and match them to swatch them by color, because a lot of these are very similar. They just have maybe a shift that is a little bit stronger on one shade or a base that is a little bit darker, but the shift is the same. Because I really think you don't need all of these. Some of them are very similar to each other. Some are very unique, like this mint one here, but a lot of the pinks and the purples are very similar. So I'm gonna swatch them by color and then tell you the differences that I can see. Although I know that there's a couple of these that I honestly can't really see much of a difference, especially on the eyes. Overall, I would say that part 2, the shades are a little bit more subdued than part 1. And the bases are also a little bit lighter on part 2 than on part 1. Like these ones I would say are they have more like a medium tone base, while these are more lighter, and some are very sheer. Like this green one here, for example, is very sheer. Some have like a very light gray base, and we don't have that on part 1. Part 1 is pretty much a green, a pink, a purple, a blue. Well, these two here are a little more subdued, but yeah, I'm gonna compare them and tell you exactly the differences that I see. So I'm gonna start by sorting them by color. Okay, so I separated them by color, but I don't know exactly, because there's a lot of pinks. As you can see, like all of these ones down here are like a pink or a peachy pink. And a lot of these are not really similar, but yeah, so these are the greens, the two greens we have. These are the purples. Is this not in focus? No, it is focused. These are the blues. And these are all the pinks. These three here, I know I want to swatch them together because they are very similar. But these ones here aren't that similar, although this one on the pan looks quite similar to this one. So maybe I'll do these together, or maybe I'll do all the pinks together, but I really want to put these ones side by side because they are very similar. I haven't myself compare them, but I feel like on these two, for example, it's just a base color. So I'm just trying to organize which ones I want to swatch together, side by side. And there is, yeah, maybe I'll do the blues and the greens together because there is a green and a blue that I want to put side by side as well. So okay, I'm gonna start with the purples, then I'll do the blues and greens, and then I'll do the pinks. Okay, here are the purples. We have, let me see if this is the order I want to do. I think I want to put these two together. Blue Lagoon, High Tides and Good Vibes, Diamonds in the Sun. Let me see, because I know one of these is very similar. I think I'm gonna do like this. So first shade we're gonna swatch is Diamonds in the Sun. This is from the part 2. I'm gonna try to be better about the focus this time because I know my camera can be a little tricky. So Diamonds in the Sun is a purple base. It's a light purple base with green, gold, and blue sparkle that shifts green, gold, and blue. I don't know what color the sparkle is because it is quite shifty for me. I don't know if you can see, but on this side here I see green, and on this side here I see gold, and then when I put it against the light I see the blue. But I don't think I can show the blue with this setup. So yeah, this is Diamonds in the Sun. Next shade is High Tides and Good Vibes. Okay, so High Tides and Good Vibes to me is very, very similar to Diamonds in the Sun. The only difference that I see is that the gold shift on Diamonds in the Sun is stronger. But I would describe High Tides and Good Vibes the same way. It's a purple base with sparkle that shifts green, gold, and blue. I do think the blue shift on this one is stronger and the gold shift on this one is stronger. On the eyes, this one looks more gold, while this one doesn't pull so gold, but they are very similar. Even on my fingers, I think you can see they're just very, very, very similar. In some lighting, it's pretty much impossible to tell the difference. I think on this lighting here, I can see the difference better. I can see that this one has a stronger gold, but this one has gold in it too. It's simply the way that the light reflects it. So yeah, I don't really think you need both of them. I think that if you like more gold eyeshadows, you would like this one better. But if you like more green, you prefer this one. This one has a stronger green and blue shift. And the base is a teeny tiny bit darker. But apart from that, they are pretty much the same. Okay, then we have, I think this is, yeah, Shine Me a Kaleidoscope. I don't think I took enough of that one. Okay, Shine Me a Kaleidoscope. Is this thing in focus? Shine Me a Kaleidoscope, I think you can see, it has a much stronger green reflect. So this one on the camera, I guess you can see like pink. I don't know, it looks pink on the camera to me. And this one looks more gold. This one looks quite green. To me, these two look pretty much the same, apart from that this one has a stronger green and this one has a more, I don't even know what color that is. It's like, this one is just a little bit more neutral than this one. Wait, focus. Yeah, they're very similar to me. The bases are all similar. Yeah, this one just has a little bit of a lighter base, but apart from that, this one is also a purple base with green sparkles that shift blue. Yeah, this one looks more green, this one looks more gold, this one looks a little more neutral. I see a little bit of gold, a little bit of green, a little bit of orange, I think. But apart from that, they are just very similar. And this one has a really strong green shift that this one has to blue instead of green. And then last but not least, this is Blue Lagoon. So this one is a blue, but this one to me is just so similar to Shine Me a Kaleidoscope that I have to put them together. So this one has a blue base, a blue purple base, I would say. It's still kind of purple, but when you compare it to the other ones, it looks more blue, but it's still a blue purple. It has pink and gold and green sparkles that shift blue. The only difference for me is that this one has a little bit of blue in the base and it doesn't have that strong green that Shine Me a Kaleidoscope has. The thing is, on the eyes, they all look very similar. If I use the same matte shade and I use this on one eye and this on the other eye, it's pretty impossible to tell a difference. And I feel like on this lighting here, you can see that this one, the green is stronger. But in other types of lighting, they just look very similar. I don't really think you need all of these. I think you can get me maybe Shine Me a Kaleidoscope and call it a day. You know, the other ones are really pretty, but I just think that they're all very, very similar. This one is the one that on the camera, I guess, is looking the most different. But in real life, it's just, yeah, this one has more of the green, this one has more of the green than this one, but they are just all very similar. Let me see if I can give you a closer look. You see they all have the like green, blue flip. I'm trying to show with different lightings. Okay, now we're gonna do the greens. And just, I don't know if I made that clear when I was discussing the purples. It's not that they are 100% the same, they're just very, very similar. I do think that Shiny Kaleidoscope is the prettiest one. That's just like my color preference. I also do like High Tides and Good Vibes. That one doesn't pull so green. It kind of like flips more green. But apart from those two, I don't really think you need all four of them. I guess I didn't make that clear. I just wanted to clarify it. Now we're gonna do the greens and the blues. These ones are not that similar. I do think that this green and this blue are similar. They have the same shift, just different bases. And the other blues are different. So don't worry, they're not gonna be all the same like the other group. Let me do the two greens first. I'm trying to organize this. Okay, so the first green we're gonna do is Newly Minted. This is a beautiful, very light green with a very sheer base. Yeah, this one doesn't have anything similar to it in this collection. If I look into my personal eyeshadow collection, I might find something similar to it, but not in here. And this is like a very heavy swatch. I don't think you would be putting this much on your eyes. But I think you can see it has a sheer mint base with, I didn't even know, pink and silver sparkles that shift green. I guess that's how I would describe it. And this is from part 2. I don't think I said that for the other one. For the other one, Diamonds in the Sun and High Tides and Good Vibes are from part 2, and Shiny Kaleidoscope and Blue Lagoon are from part 1. This one's from part 2. This one's from part 1. This is Iconic. This one is like Terra Moon's The Cosmos, but it has a green base. So it's a green base with... This shadow is so hard for me to describe because it just has so much going on. It's like pink sparkles that shift blue and green. I guess that's how I would describe it, but it is very magical. And as you can see, it's very different from the other one. This one is a lot more impactful. And as I said, I found that part 2 of this collection was a lot more like subdued shades, a lot more lighter sheer shades, while part 1 is pretty much like it's pretty much that color, you know, like it's a green base with pink. It doesn't have any subtleness to it, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, this is Iconic. Now Iconic is pretty much the same as this next shade, just a different base. This is I Need Vitamin C. And this is what I would say is pretty much the dupe for Terra Moon's The Cosmos, you know, all those shades. There's a bunch of these shades in the market. And I guess when I swatch them side by side, you will be able to see how similar they are. Because it ends up pulling quite green. I think that this one on the camera, it's looking quite green. Focus, hello. But for me, I can definitely see that the base is different. This one has a very strong blue base, while this one has a lighter green base. But the shift is the same. It's pink sparkles that shift, yeah, like pink, almost red pink sparkles that shift green and, yeah, shift green and blue. I'm gonna show you later when I change the lighting. But yeah, this is I Need Vitamin C. So I don't really think you need both of them. I think that on the eyes, they look very similar, especially because this type of shade can pull different colors depending on the mattes that you're using. So if I use like a green matte with this shade, it would probably look the same as a green matte with this shade. So I don't really think you need both of these. I personally prefer Iconic just because I have already the Cosmos and a Glam Shop shade that has this, that is pretty much the same as this. This one is just a little more interesting for me, and I also prefer green to blue. But depending on your preference, you might prefer this one. And also if you don't have any of the dupes for it. So yeah, this is I Need Vitamin C, and this is from part 2 of the collection. Now these three final shades here, they are very different. I don't think that they are similar to each other or to anything else in the collection. I'm just gonna swatch them so that you can see them all together. This one is from part 1, I believe. Yeah, Dirty Little Secret. It's very sheer base with blue sparkles that shift like pink. Yeah, pink and gold. I don't know, this shade has a lot going on. This is not the most flattering shade on me. I don't know, this tone just doesn't look right on me, but it's quite shifty. When I put it against the light, I can see gold and yeah, like a green gold, very strong green gold. And then when I put down here, it shifts, the pink sparkle shifts blue. And so yeah, it's blue sparkles that shift pink and green. I guess that's how I can say it. With a very, very sheer blue base. The base on this one is very, very sheer. Oh no, there comes my cat. Boogie, please don't step on anything. And then we have Booger, Sure Thing. That is from part 2. This one's very pretty. I guess this one looks kind of green to me now, but I thought it looked more blue earlier. My cat has chosen not to destroy everything. Okay, so this one, I guess it's a green. I don't know why I thought it was blue. It looks more blue in the pan. It's a very, very, very sheer green base with pink and silver sparkles. I don't see any shift. On part 2, there's a few that I don't see any strong shifts, and I think this is one of them. Very, very, very pretty. And also kind of neutral in a way, because it doesn't have like a lot going on. This was, I even forgot, Sure Thing. Okay, and then the last one is also from part 2. This is Beach Please. So this one has kind of like a gray base, a sheer gray base with silver, pink, blue, green. I don't know, there's a lot of sparkles going on, and it shifts blue. This is, I said already, Beach Please. So yeah, I don't think that these are similar to anything. I think just these two here that are similar to each other, and you probably don't need both of them. I'm gonna give you a closer look so that you can see the shifts and the similarities a little better. This one almost looks green, right? Although it is blue, it's pretty much it looks quite green. I guess that's what I'm saying. Now you can see how green it looks, that blue one, third shade. Okay, and then last but not least, the pinks. Yeah, these two look so similar in the pan to me. These bottom ones here are not that similar. I'm just gonna swatch them for the sake of it. I think I'll do like this. Yeah, I think this is good. So I'm gonna start with the top row. I don't even know if I can swatch all of these on my arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I can. It's just gonna be a little harder to show. So the first one here is Summer Daze. This is from part 2. This is what I'm wearing today, actually. Okay, so Summer Daze is a light pink base, almost lilac, with these sparkles that shift green, gold, and blue. Yeah, when it's against the light, I can see the blue. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the same as the next eyeshadow from part 1, which is Undeniably Pink. I think that this one just has a darker base, but I'm pretty sure they are the same. The gold on my finger is looking stronger than this finger here, which is Summer Daze. Is that right? Yeah, Summer Daze. But let's see once I swatch. Okay, so this one has definitely a stronger gold shift, but it shifts to green and it shifts to blue, so it's pretty much the same thing in theory, but the gold is more noticeable. And I know for sure, because I have worn both of these on my eyes, that this one is like a little darker, I think. It doesn't look on my swatch, the base, but I know that this one on my eyes looks very strong pink, while this one is more like a wash of pink. Yeah, the gold on this one is very strong. Okay. Then we have Tropical Vibes. So this one is from part 1, this one is from part 2. Now Tropical Vibes is also from part 2. Most of these are going to be from part 2. Tropical Vibes. Okay, maybe Tropical Vibes is similar to this one. Yeah, they're also similar to each other. Okay, yeah, Tropical Vibes is kind of the same thing. It is a pink base. Yeah, pink base. And the pink base is very similar to this pink base. This one, the pink base looks a little bit darker. Yeah, it's a pink base with gold sparkles that shift green and blue. Look, I don't really know what to tell you. It's pretty much the same. I know that this one, when I look at it, the first one, looks a little bit more cool toned to me than these two. These two, the gold is quite strong, while this one I can see more of the green than of the gold. So it ends up looking a little bit more cool toned, while these two look more warm toned. But I cannot see a difference between these. Maybe the particle, like the sparkle particle on Tropical Vibes, is that the name of it? Yeah, Tropical Vibes is a little bit bigger than on Undeniably Pink, but apart from that, they are pretty much the same. You know, when I give you the close-up look, you will be able to see the similarities better. And then the last one here that I put, just because it also has this really strong gold shift, but I don't think this is the same. Yeah, this is Peach for the Stars. This is very different, actually. This has a peachy pink base. Yeah, I don't think that. This one is definitely different. Some of these are really hard to swatch. They like get stuck. Because I don't know what's in this formula, but there's something really emollient that I think makes it harder to spread sometimes. Some shades are better than others. This Peach for the Stars one is one that is very hard to spread. When I use it on my eyes, I also noticed that. Okay, so then we have Peach for the Stars, which this is different. This has a very, very light sheer peachy pink base with these gold sparkles that shift. Oh, look at that. They shift green and they shift blue. So I guess it's the same sparkle, the same kind of like multi-chrome sparkle, but in a different base. This one does not look pink on the eyes. This one looks very much peachy, almost orangey on the eyes. But yeah, this one is, and it's also lighter because the base is pretty much sheer, like pretty much invisible, but it has, yeah, a little bit of peachy pink base. Now, I guess I would just swatch the other ones here. I guess I can fit them. Should I put, because there's a peach one. Let me see if this is the peach. Tangled Hair Don't Care. Oh, maybe this is the peach. Okay, this is Peach Cobler. I'm gonna do the peach next to the peach. So this is also from part 2. So this is Peach Cobbler. This one has very sheer base. I'm trying to see if I can, because this lights make it hard for me to see. But a very sheer base with pink and silver sparkles. Let me see if they shift. Oh, they shift green. They shift, yeah, they shift to like a green, but not a bright green. The other ones shift to a bright green. This one doesn't shift to a bright green. It's more like a subdued green. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other color. I don't think so. Then we have Tangled Hair, Don't Care. Okay, so this one has a sheer pink base. I'm not applying much of these. With pink and blue and orange sparkles. And I don't see any shift. Yeah, I don't see any shift here. But yeah, this one is very different from the first three. It's very different from everything else. I guess you can see it on the camera. The first four on the camera look very similar, although I know that this one is different. I don't know if I can show you the base. Maybe when I get closer, I can show you the base of that one. Then we have Red Carpet Ready. This one is from part 1. Yeah, this one's very different. This one is a very hot pink. I don't think we have anything else here that is hot pink like this. This one shifts gold, I think, if I remember correctly. Has a very sheer base with this hot pink sparkles. Oh yeah, they shift green and gold. I will show you when I get closer that they shift. Then we have, on Wednesdays we wear pink. I gotta clean my fingers. This one's so pretty. It's a sheer pink, almost, I don't even know, almost peach base, very sheer, with these blue sparkles that shift green. And let me see if it shifts something else. Oh yeah, and they shift hot pink too. Yeah, like a purple, hot pink purple. Okay. And then I made a mess watching this one, huh? And then the last one we have is, because I already swatched this one, Spring into Action. Oh, I got way too much. This one also has a sheer peachy base. Almost, yeah, peachy gray base. Sometimes gray and peach look very similar to me when it's like in a base like this. I always have a hard time describing. It's a very, very sheer, yeah, I guess it's peach. There's some warmth to it. With these blue sparkles, but it's not as blue as this one. And I think you can see, it looks even more silver, but it's blue. And there's some pink sparkles too. Yeah, like blue and pink sparkles that shift purple. Yeah. So yeah, these are all different, I would say. It's just the first three that are very similar. And probably this one, if you put a pink base underneath, will be the same. But the other ones, as you can see, are quite different. Let me give you a closer look. I think you can see that the fourth one looks quite orangey compared to the first three. So that's it. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you have gotten any of these, and if you also think that they're similar. If you see other colors that I'm not able to see, just let me know. Thank you for watching.